Hey, I'm making this video for Saturday. I'm making it on a Friday though, because Saturday is my star day. It's my Star Trek, Star Wars day. And one of my favorite figures, I was just looking, I found these for a different video. And I was like, oh, look, he's right there with them. He wasn't in the same bag. He was in a different bag. This one actually, to be more specific. But he had all of his little things. And I'm pretty sure this doesn't look cute as a Borg, but I think it's either Hugh or just a plain old Borg. I think it's just one of the Borgs. I don't think it's Hugh either. I think Hugh had both of his eyes. But the Borgs were a fantastic troop builder. I mean, you know how people buy the Stormtroopers and all these other figures, the Cobra, Crimson Guards, or all these figures for troop building. They had nothing on this guy, because if you had multiples of him, you didn't have to have the same one over and over again. You could put different weapons that he came with. And then later issues came with even different weapons. So this little thing right here, nobody knows what these things are. He basically, when they come up to you, he's like, you will be assimilated. And she'd start turning into a Borg in front of you. So let's take a look at that beautiful pasty face that they all get. After you get assimilated, you lose your color, you lose your tan, which is so sad. I mean, even I, as pasty white as I am, would become even whiter. Like, you see a lot of technical stuff on him. The Borg, what always made me kind of laugh at it, they were trying to do this to make him look more like technologically advanced or robotic or whatever. But this became like a liability. I mean, why would you want to go into a fight with hoses hanging off of you? That's like, somebody can just come and pull these off of you like, I'm joking. You know, it's just not a good concept. Great. The cats would certainly go wild when I'm trying to do this. But yeah, he's got little pipes all over him, so which makes you think, oh, he's like a robot. It was just the concept we had. There's a hole here for a pipe, but on this particular arm extension, there's no reason to have that. This arm right here is permanent. It doesn't come off. The articulation on these, okay, one of the things I hate about Star Trek figures is they have the V crotch. So if I ever ask you on your lives, your videos, like I asked one guy, he was doing a live video, that's why I said the word live. Does this have a T crotch or a ball crotch? He probably thought I was being vulgar. No. Okay. A T crotch, a V crotch. This is a V crotch. Star Trek figures are one of the few figures I have that have them. Makes them good for riding horses for whatever reason. But when you set them in their chairs, they look ridiculous. They really do. Anyway, they all have their own little independent numbers on the bottom. So, which was making them sound more collectible. But honestly, you can get these for like a dime a dozen. Almost literally these days. So if you don't like this particular weapon, which was kind of cool, it looks like that's a thumb. I mean, it looks like it's a thumb and that's his fingers or whatever. It's not. It's some kind of weapon. Who knows? You could just pull it off. I hope I don't tear it. I'm going to end up tearing one on live, you know, because I always do this. Oh, by the way, help me get to 1,000 people subscribing to me. Even you don't have to watch every one of my videos. I mean, it's not like people subscribe to me, then they unsubscribe. I think they're like, oh, he likes Star Trek, and then they unsubscribe to me when they see something else because they don't like that. Well, just don't watch those videos. I subscribe to people. I don't watch every one of their videos. Some people I subscribe to, and I don't think I've watched any of their videos in a while. So this is really old. It's really hard to get in here. Okay, well, it's almost impossible to get in here. I don't know what this is. It looks like a jackhammer. This thing slides around. It almost looks like it's a cat pooper scooper. It's like, oh, those Borg cats. Got a poop scooper. So I guess when the you simulate cats, they still have to use litter box, and you have to scoop up the litter. I can't get it all the way in there, but you got the idea. Trying to see if there's any cord on this one. No, there's not. Here's one that has little wires. We'll see how that looks like. If I can get it in. Oh, that one came in pretty nicely. Makes me wonder if this is even one of them, because look, it's not the same color really as the other ones. Oh, well, whatever. All right, so if you want to make it even more official, you have to put the little pipes in too. Whew, these are so tiny. I got my big fat adult fingers trying to get this on here. It's a hot day, so it's not like I need to warm it up. Okay, let's pretend that I can get it in there. Let me try a different one. I don't know why he comes with two pipes. There must be something missing somewhere else. Or maybe it's just a backup one. Or, you know, I could have gotten a second hand. So used to, wait a minute, this can't be for me. This must have been something I did at a flea market or something one time. Because if I would have had this, he would have had his card in there. When I was younger, I would actually cut out their cards, which they always had bio cards with these, and I would stick it in the bag with them. with all their extra weapons and stuff. Oh, I'm just not going to be able to get the pipe in there for some reason. And it could be that some plastics shrink over time. A lot of kin heads have shrunk over time. So here's a different weapon. It looks like he's going to start a fire with it or something. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, this looks like a pooper scooper. This it looks like a tank. I don't know what all these are. They had names. They had them on the card, which now I think about it, yeah, I would have put the card in there. So this was not originally from a package one for me. I probably bought it, when they had those dollar bins at different things I've been to. Probably grab one from there, because I would buy these every time I'd find them cheap. I'd buy them like crazy because they are the ultimate troop builder, and I am a huge Star Trek fan. I'm just lucky to get the stand. Here's the way the stand would be facing if it was just the emblem, which I don't know why they would need an emblem. I think Borgs are pretty unique. So there we go. He's got his stand. So the Borgs were one of the first villains of Star Trek I really thought were awesome, cool. And this was actually the earliest looking of them. They got more organic over the years. They got more, like, during the movie, The First Contact, they looked way more organic, less robotic-y and pipey and stuff. So, oh, here's where one of the things go. And there's like a pipes areas all over on them. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can get it in there. Basically, he looks like a Christmas tree when you're done with him. All the pipes are gone all over him. But yeah, hey, how many of these guys do you have? Because I bet I have at least a dozen of these. I know I definitely had a bag just piping full of these. So when I moved down here, I almost got rid of my Star Treks. I was like, no, I can't do it. So I'm pretty sure it's out in storage. It's marked Star Trek. At least I hope I kept them, because I donated a lot of stuff that I knew I wouldn't be able to sell, and the other stuff, packaged stuff I sold. I'm just glad at least I have one Borg, because Star Trek is one of my favorite shows. When it comes to Star Wars or Star Trek is older than Star Wars. And to be honest with you, the Next Generation, starting with season 2, is just phenomenal. Season 1 is really hard to watch. It's foundational. There talks about later episodes. They talk about Yar, who died in season 1. You'd have to know who she is. It's just really different. Season 1 was kind of like a dry run, and then they kind of ironed out all the kinks for season 2. But the Borg didn't come along till I think the end of season 3. That was when Shelby and all them joined in. They had to come against the Borg. I think that was season 3. The end of season 3. I'm pretty sure that's when the Borg showed up. And then the idea of the Borg Queen, that didn't come along until the movie, and that's when a lot of people got mad. It's like, there's not a queen. There's not supposed to be a queen. There's supposed to be the Borg. Anyway, be that as it may. How many Borg did you have? What was that your favorite thing? I think it was a big seller for Star Trek, because anytime they had slumped in sales, like Voyager didn't do too well, they got a Borg. They basically got 7 and 9 back from the Borg, and suddenly it became a popular show. Just saying, there's a reason why the Borgs, they've lasted for years. All right, well, thank you for watching, and let me know below if you're a Star Trek fan. And again, tell your friends. I need to get to 1,000 people subscribing so I can start doing live things. Thanks.